Hello, it's Andy Graham of Hobo Traveler. I'm in, let's see, Atapami, Togo, West Africa. I'm with Marc Bizier, and I'm going to interview him, trying to explain expat that's working and living abroad a lot of the time. I met him the other day in Kara, Togo, as he was roaming looking for, what was you buying there?
Some tape, electrical tape.
Electrical tape. So you all think we're doing all these romantic, glamorous things, and he's buying electrical tape in Kara, and he sees my American flag in my bag and comes up and razzes me a little. So I decided to come to Atapami and razz him a little. Okay, Marc, what's your name? Say your name complete. Marc?
Marc Andre Bizier.
Okay, Marc, where are you from?
Originally northern Quebec, but I've been raised around Montreal, Canada.
Okay.
East Coast.
Okay, and why are you in Togo, West Africa?
I've been asked by an American company to come and erect some television antenna towers.
Okay, so we're going to have a lot of more TVs in the country.
Yeah, they're going like to digital television, just like we did in North America a few years ago. Now it's coming throughout the world.
Okay, good, good. So they're coming up with digital television. How long will you be on this job?
Been here nearly 4 months, and probably another 3 months or so.
Have you done many of these jobs around the world, or is this the first?
Yes, no, that's not the first. I've been through several, lasting from 1 year to a month or so. Sometimes it's a week.
Which country?
Oh, back in the 80s, it was United States and Canada, then Puerto Rico, and then when they find out I could speak different languages, the company I was working for ended up here in Africa and South America, like Colombia, Ecuador, Brazil. I've been working in Angola, in Kenya, in Uganda.
Angola?
Yeah.
That's one I don't know.
Also, I've done a little bit in Asia, like Diego Garcia, which is a U.S. military compound owned by the British. Anyway, also Jakarta, Indonesia.
So you've been doing this, you said, since the 1980s or 19...
I started in this trade in 1978.
Wow.
Back in Canada.
Okay, some of us think that we've traveled a lot, but this guy's roaming around the planet doing about anything and everything he wants. How do you arrange the visas for all these places? Does the company do it, or do you do it?
Sometimes they do it, sometimes they ask me, not on my free time, but on my time when I'm at home, to go to the embassies and purchase the visa. They reimburse all the time. Right. Everything is kind of paid for me, like passport, visas, and special papers.
Do you still have a residence in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm Canadian.
How many months a year are you in Canada? Are you still in Canada?
It depends on the year. Sometime it will be, yeah, I'm still in Canada, but sometime it'll be 3 months a year in Canada. I try to never pass 6 months out of the country, because then it produces problems for your Canadian, like we have medical.
Oh yeah, your health insurance. Yeah,
and all
really,
this. So
we're jealous of your health insurance.
In some point they should, but then some other point it's not so glamorous.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the concerns I have. They're going to force me to buy health insurance, and then I'm not going to be able to use it because I'm going to be outside the country. And because I spend about 335 days outside the country. So I'm only in country maybe 30 days a year. Part of a tax thing.
Yeah, well, but it depends how they set it up in the government. Like,
right.
Us, it's if you pass 6 months, you must declare that you've been out. So then either they cut you out, or if you haven't been paying. The fact that I'm being paid in Canada all the time,
right.
Then I always it's always paid. So I have to fight with them saying we have paid, so now you have to keep me in the system. And so,
How many languages do you speak?
4 fluently.
French?
The other ones, French is my mother tongue. I speak English because I'm a Canadian and I don't want to be a halfie. So I speak both languages if I can. Yeah, Canada's got the French and English constitution. So anyway, I speak English, I speak Spanish and Portuguese.
Ah, Portuguese.
Yes.
Fala português?
Sim, eu falo português.
This is a true bilingual, how do you say it? Quadlingual. It's not bilingual. 4 languages.
In the dictionary we say polyglot.
Polyglot, that's right. Yes.
Is the word for more than 2 languages. You speak, you are polyglot.
I'm doing pretty good with French and Spanish and English now.
Yeah.
But the Portuguese, I was in Brazil, I don't know, 10 years ago or something.
Yeah.
Quite a nice place. But
A little harder.
yeah, it would be really maybe a little easier now that I speak French and Spanish. It's halfway in between.
Yeah.
But so how long? So when you come to a country like this, I think a lot of the people worry. How do you enjoy yourself? Well, I should ask you: are you married?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you're talking. But how do you enjoy yourself while in between working? I mean, do you consider it interesting to live in a place and then work and then have something to do, or?
Yeah, I like to fabricate little things. So in my time off, like an hour or 2 a day, I spend time. Sorry about this. I spend time fabricating, like
the thing that's on top of your.
Yes, I kite around.
I'm going to show you up close after this is over. But he has a what is it?
Buggy.
Kite buggy. So this buggy goes down the beach.
With it being pulled with my my kite.
It's a kite.
Yeah.
It's not a sail. It's a kite.
Yes, the
So
big,
the big kite.
Traction kite.
Okay, so it pulls the buggy.
Yeah,
Does it ever?
it's hooked to me,
Does
just
it
like
ever
kite surfing.
Does it ever leave the ground?
If it could. I'd have to tie myself to the buggy. If you go to YouTube, the people will jump with them and so on.
So they call it a kite
Buggy.
Okay, so if you
Kite
did a
buggy.
YouTube search, your kite.
Kite buggy.
Where are you doing that in Togo?
On the beach of Lomé, behind the Sarakawa, there's a portion of the beach when the tide goes out, it leaves a spread of sand hard enough.
That's hard enough and flat enough.
Yes.
Not a kite.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I know this area, but
It's
is it
been-
down towards Benin?
It's just before the port
Okay.
in Lomé.
Okay. Lomé, Togo is the capital of Togo, and it's a beach town. It's quite nice because even the roads are kind of sand sometimes, like Kotobi-Akopi. And there's a strip of land, it's like from the Ghana border all the way in front of Lomé it's a beach. So it's right on the beach. And he's saying there's one of the biggest ports in West Africa is in Togo, and before the port, somewhere along there's a piece of stretch of ground that's just flat and good for.
Yes, it's
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been working for this company for how long?
Right now I work for myself, but I had worked for this company for 35 years before doing this work. I just left a year ago now.
You're a
approximately.
subcontractor? or-
Yes, I'm a subcontractor now.
How do you find the workers?
Oh, here it's easy. They're everywhere. Whether they know what they're doing or not, everybody wants to work.
That's good.
So as soon as being a white man, as soon as you show up somewhere, you got people interested because they know you. When you're dressed like I am, they know that you're working. So they all want to help you and be remunerated for it.
You had a pretty nice truck. Did you buy it on site or you?
No, this is supplied by the client.
Oh, by the client.
Yes, there was some demand by the company who hired me to come and do the work towards their client. And
Okay.
that was one of they had to provide transportation.
they give you the truck. It's a pretty nice truck. Looks like air conditioned. It's a club cab with the thing. I'll show you up closer to the truck after the thing's over. Every American's afraid to death of Africa. What's your opinion? Is Africa dangerous or?
It is. It could be dangerous. Depend the country you're in. Togo is relatively smooth and happy right now. There's no problem. It is a concern all the time because you're a stranger and you don't. People see you right away. You're white, and the majority is black here. To some, it makes a difference. To me, being in Africa for 25 years now, I don't see the difference. A man is a man.
Right. So, have you ever been robbed in Africa?
Never to threaten my life. There's always petty theft.
You got a construction site, right? So they're probably
camera goes,
stuff.
Camera, a bit of money out of your bag, this and that. It happened this weekend. I'm concerned right now with a few of my people around me because a bit of money disappeared out of my bag. But it's, on the other hand, it's very understandable. These people make, what is it, 2,000, which is $4, $5 a day.
So $150 a month and $5 a day.
So when they see, it's very.
I always tell people that rob you normally, and you can agree or disagree, but if they know what you got, it's more temptation and whatever. I don't let them clean my room because I don't want to offer them the temptation to steal. And if they don't know what I got, there's less chance. Now you're different because you're doing a job and you got all these things and you have to work with people and they come in.
I'm very lenient. I'm very open to people. I often put too much confidence in the other around me, which it worked good in some ways, and some other ways sometimes people take advantage. And I definitely have more than they do because I push a project, so it's understandable that these things can happen.
How do you live? What kind of hotel do you live in? How much do you pay?
Similar to this one here.
It'll pay more?
It'll depend. It's somewhere around, well, sometime I pay up to $20,000. So that's $40 for the night, which is a lot for me, because most of the time I'll try to stay around from 8 to 13.
Okay, so 8,000 SEPA would be $16 US. I'm paying $12 US right now, but I negotiated a deal because I'm moving around. But so you're paying $16 to maybe $20.
Yeah, somewhere in that area.
How do you feel on this budget? Can you do a $10 to say $30 budget about most countries you're in?
No. Over here, but if you go to Angola nowadays, you won't find.
Yeah, some of the African countries can be real expensive.
Yeah, right now in Angola, Luanda is the third most expensive city in the world to live in, after Tokyo and Los Angeles.
Sure. Contrary to what you think, Africa is even more expensive to me than Southeast Asia. I mean, I pay less than...
Yes, Southeast Asia is cheaper.
I can live in Thailand, Philippines. Well, Philippines is a little expensive, but I can live in most of Southeast Asia relatively cheap. And I guess the quality of the room is higher quality for the same amount of money.
Yes.
Here we have a little more, I don't know, it's a little maybe...
Less maintenance in all of the infrastructure over here, which is over there, they look proud.
You're probably like me, always fixing things in the room. I'm always repairing things in the room. Yeah, I don't even wait for them. I just fix it and get it done with. And I add handles on doors. I make things so they close right. I get tired of it. I go, I even paid the cleaning lady here to clean my room.
Fix the shower because it's dangling down. You want to take a good shower and not. Yeah, things like that. Africa, you must do a lot of that.
Okay, so you can live on a, let's see, a budget of $25 if you wanted to. Really,
a day, yeah.
Yeah, real easy. $25 a day
Yes.
is quite easy, and you're working.
Yeah.
But I'll exclude gas. I'm sure you're burning up some gas.
Oh yeah, that's supplied by the client.
Right.
The vehicle, the phone, the internet, and the fuel. It's all supplied by the.
Sure.
And they gave us two per diem.
Per diem.
To take care of the room and the food.
Well, what my readers really want to know is, can they afford it? At the end of the day, that's the bottom line, and that's one of the things that websites leave off. They act like, hey, just go there. And we go, we got to afford it. It's got to be a budget. So $25 a day is a workable budget in most of Africa and Southeast Asia, South America, I suppose.
It also depends also on the what the traveler will want. Whether if he'll accept to stay in a place like me and you will stay,
sure.
Or if he's shocked and he says, "Whoa, no, I'm not going to go there."
Sure.
But someone that's got, I don't know, you must take a little bit of acquaintance with this. At the beginning, it's always shocking when you show up somewhere, and then as you stay and you accept things, and then it goes on, and then you say, well, I can still do live this way, and I'm not dead, and I see different things that if I would be into a big major hotel.
I was laughing. I just left Cara and I had a toilet seat. I don't have a toilet seat here, and I was thinking, it doesn't bother me at all. But I remember the first time I seen that, I thought, whoa, this was in Mexico like 15 years ago, and I thought, no toilet seat. Now I think, oh, a toilet seat, that's a nice bonus.
Yeah, it's true. It's like the first time you're a little shocked, but then, hey, you're going to have your crap anyway, so.
I enjoy people. How do you feel? Do you talk a lot with the people and the locals? I was laughing. You walked right up to me and just started talking. So he was the extrovert to me, which is wonderful because a lot of times I'm the guy talking with everybody around me.
Well, I could see you're from the U.S. because of the little flag on your packsack, and then I know that, well...
He was probably doing his best to not make jokes.
No, that's okay. No, I spent a lot of time in the U.S. Working and traveling, and you know, if you're to be a world person, you must know it all. So
I always laugh. I call Canada kind of like a brother. I call England my mean older brother. If you would have been British, they would have been taking the piss and making jokes all over the place.
Yeah. But
Canada is, you know, a similar culture.
It's cool.
But there's differences. But there's a lot. I have trouble recognizing a Canada. French Canadians I can tell apart pretty quick. But the average Canadian and American,
no, it's very similar.
Very similar. Why don't we do this? Why don't we walk over to your truck? You show us your vehicle on top, so these guys realize you can go play here in Togo too.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know anything about the airplanes here? This is supposedly one of the best countries on the planet to learn to fly a plane.
I don't know.
Never learned that? Okay, I just thought maybe you being the guy that would do it. Let's walk over and take a look at your. All right. He's got this vehicle that's just, what do you call it? Kite
buggy.
Kite buggy. He's got a kite buggy up on top of his.
Locally made.
You made this thing.
Yes.
This guy's good.
Bicycle parts and wheelbarrow parts, and put it all together. And when that goes on the beach with the wind, it's a blast. You hit up to 40 kilometers an hour, or maybe around 30 miles an hour.
Where did you get the kite?
Sunday. Oh, I brought the kite from Canada.
You brought the kite from Canada, so you could pack that. But you made this on site. So he's got the rear tires, got bearings on it. Everything's bearings here.
Yeah.
You must steer with your feet?
Yes.
Okay, so you steer with your feet.
You can handle the kite with your hands.
Hey, pretty cool. I'm always making little gadgets. Actually, my nickname on my website is Gadget.
And here, out of my truck, I got my little friend Meda. who's my helper. Very good young boy.
This is the guy the other day had your cell phone.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Mada, André, je m'appelle André, enchanté. Okay, so
Medar is he's helping me a lot. He's a rapper. He sings. Yes.
Shanty?
He's got CD coming out soon.
Yeah, serious. How old are you, Madal?
20 years old.
Are you 20? Serious? Hey, mince, you're skinny. Okay, let's wrap this up. Well, thank you very much, Mark. And
right. You're welcome.
I'm gonna go look up this kite buggy
on the YouTube.
I've seen in Tenerife, Spain. I saw them jumping in the water, and
yeah,
I've seen this all
kite
around
surf.
the place. I've seen people with big kites. I haven't actually seen a kite buggy though. So
well, that's what I do here with this.
Okay.
I also kite surf, and in Canada, well, we kite ski all the time.
Okay.
During the winter, but the fact that I spent the winter over here this year, I had to play with something.
Thank you, sir.
Your pleasure. It's a pleasure, Andy.
Okay, Andy Graham, hobo traveler with Marc
Bizier.
Bizier. He's from Montreal, Canada. Thank you.
Peace.